So hey, it's Vin from Financial Liberties, and this part of this video is going to be talking about the new financial system that I see coming down the road. I've been talking about it quite a bit on various media channels, including the Financial Liberties YouTube channel, but also in the Facebook group for investors and entrepreneurs in Mexico, a new Facebook called Financial Liberties, and other outlets. And I really do talk about how the financial world is actually changing. There's a paradigm shift happening. And if you don't realize that it's happening, I think you're going to miss out on one of the biggest opportunities I actually see for the next 5 to 10 years. And this paradigm shift is happening, regardless of whether or not you actually believe it, because the world is changing drastically. And it's going to happen all over this next decade or two. So why I say the financial world is changing, we're leaving an old legacy system where central banking and all that, fiat currencies, they'll still be around, but there's going to be a migration towards this new digital era. And that includes digital tokens and cryptos like Bitcoin and others, is why they come out with the ETFs. And that's just a handful. Wait till the pension funds buy another 5 years from now if the price of Bitcoin doubles, because that's when they'll have to come in. But more so is the fact that where we're going to enter into a place is not just cryptos. There's going to be a basket of commodities and goods that are going to be considered part of this new financial world. So there'll be a room for a lot of different things, but gold has always been a monetary instrument throughout history. It's still respected, still owned by central banks. It's going to have its role, and this is why I keep talking about digital gold as one of the things that's coming down the pipe, and it is. And I'll explain further, and I actually put a post up on the group explaining where I see this happening and where I see the future going with digital gold, digital asset ownership, but the new monetary instruments that are going to back the new financial system is really going to be based on commodities, some cryptos, and the real world assets. So there'll be a whole bunch of different digital currency asset classes being developed out. I think everything at some point gets tokenized, but in particular what's going to back the new money system, or where do you really want to store your wealth, is going to be the question. It's not really so much do you want to hold currencies or what do you want to hold it in, but where do you want to hold your health and wealth, and what do you want to hold it in. And that's why I think gold and silver is still going to continue to rise. Now we will see a correction this fall. I suspect it's going to start soon. Just like all markets are, gold is going to get revalued possibly in the future, but more so it is entering the financial system again, just like it had been since the beginning of dawn. It was the first legal money. It will continue to always be money, so anyone who tells you it's not, they don't know gold. Also have the digital gold report, which was written originally back in 2012, and research had been vetted by many in the industry. Even the gentleman at the Perth Mint called it the most complete compendium on gold he's ever seen. It's about how to buy precious metals, how to internationalize it. Talks about transportation across borders, or buying and selling in various different regions for diversification. We've covered many of the vaulting facilities in that report that are private, so you can buy your gold allocated to you, which is what you really want to do. And then so I wrote that, and about 12 years ago. It was about 100 pages long, so it is up on our website. I am in the process of updating it now to include digital gold, take out some vendors, and include some of the vaulting facilities if you want to have private ownership. Because if I'm right and digital gold becomes a thing, you'll own digital tokens of the physical gold that you have, and more than likely it's going to be at various vaulting facilities around the world. It has to be that way, so it can be audited and then recorded as your own, which is allocated to you. So you don't really want to own unallocated gold if you can avoid it, but there are ways you can do that. And I'll discuss a lot more on what's going on in the gold market, why I still believe it'll go up, even though we may see a bit of a bear market in the next 5 to 6 months. But long term, I am bullish on gold because I think it's coming back into the monetary system once again as we become more accustomed to digital tokens, digital asset ownership, and where the future of all that goes. I really think we're at a point where the printing press of the US and many central banks around the world will eventually become obsolete. It's not going to happen overnight, and if people ask if it's going to happen 2, 3, 5 years, I really don't know. But if humanity was smart, they would actually start moving away from that system, because it's really just taxation and theft by inflation, and you have to have stuff that is actually of physical value and worth something. So I always think art assets are a great way to go to, real estate and various other things. But more than anything, I'm bullish on the crypto space, the blockchain, gold and commodities going onto it, becoming part of the new financial world, the whole tokenization of assets, real world assets, that's all coming down the pipe. And that's the stuff I'm going to be covering over the next 5-10 years, or as long as this trend starts. And I think we're at the early stages of this trend, so there's still going to be a lot of opportunity to participate. And that is why I started Financial Liberties, because I see this coming a while ago, but we're here in the thick of it now, and it's time for you to actually start acting and understand that this is all happening, participate, and see where it goes from there. But you're going to have to get used to it, because we're leaving the old paradigm, or the old paradigm behind us, that legacy system, and we're actually now moving to this whole digital world. It's not about the Gen X or the retirees, the boomers. What's being built is the rails for the younger generation, and they're adopting this technology like they're significantly adopting this technology, and they have no fear in it. So I suspect that the rails are being built for them. There's going to be lots of different use cases that are going to be coming down the pipe on it, and then you layer AI on top of it, and I've been talking about AI quite a bit lately, just through connections and whatnot, and where we think it's all going. I think that's why I suspect this next 5 years or so is going to be the best opportunity you're going to have to make any money. Beyond that, AI, robotics is all coming down the pipe, and once that starts going more and more mainstream, use cases of humans are actually going to decrease in a way. Now, I give that a caveat because I don't think it's going to be the case fully, and I'll explain that further, because humans will become more productive, because this technology, what's coming down, could actually liberate humanities. And once you start having tech do a lot of the menial work, you'll get to put time and energy into things you love to do, focus on communities, building societies, work less, and still maintain a similar lifestyle. And so that's where I suspect it's all going. Even with the introduction of robotics and AI, there is a place for all of this, and I'm actually positive where we're going to go with this at some point. It is a transformational change. People have to get used to it, but hey, that's just the future. There's always we're always in a constant state of change. That hasn't changed throughout history, so why would it be any different now? Some will benefit, some will not. You just got to pick and choose. Do you want to be ahead of this curve or not? Because there really is no stopping it. And that's what I try to encourage people when they complain about AI replacing jobs and stuff like that. There's two ways to look at it. So you can either fear it, or you embrace it head on and dive into it and take advantage of where it's all going to go, and be cognitive that you're still building communities and societies. I mean, AI is not going to be the be all and end all of it, but it is definitely going to be a big part of where this future is going to be. So I mean, it's probably of your best interest to start paying attention to it, and how that's going to get layered into the financial world and the fintech model of the world. So there's just so many things that are all happening all simultaneously. It's actually a very exciting time to be in this world, because we're going to actually see it all happen. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like and subscribe, and follow the links below on the various 2 videos on gold and how you can participate on it. There's one video on our commodities and the other on physical gold, and why I think it could go up to about 4,000 to 8,000, 5,000 to 8,000. I'm not going to give a time frame, but I suspect it could happen by the end of this decade. But you know, from where we are right now, gold could take a bit of a downturn. We could actually see it come back quite a bit if the overall market's correct hard this fall, and then see where it goes from there. But I am bullish long-term gold. Short-term, anything's possible. So take care, YouTube, and enjoy. Have a great day, and we're signing off. Take care.